Good day, everyone. This is a recording on arterial blood gas. For arterial blood gas or ABG analysis, this is an important test because this allows us to determine the acid-base status of the blood, meaning we can determine the acidity or the alkalinity of the blood by using our ABG analysis. There are certain disease conditions class which could result in the imbalance on the acid-base status of the blood. Okay. For example, if the patient has COPD, for example. So do you remember in COPD, what would happen with your CO2? Diba? There is CO2 retention. So meaning there is an increase in the amount of CO2 in the lungs because CO2 has been trapped. And you know that when CO2 is combined with water, you will form carbonic acid. Okay? Because CO2 plus H2O is equal to H2CO3 or carbonic acid. Such that when there's too much carbonic acid, that would lead to a state of acidosis. Okay? So meaning, the more you have CO2 in the blood or in the respiratory system, the more that your carbonic acid would be produced. And the more carbonic acid you would have, then that would lead to acidosis. Some conditions, for example, like vomiting. If you keep on vomiting, what does the stomach contain? Diba? The stomach contains hydrochloric acid. So meaning, if you keep on vomiting, you would lose the hydrochloric acid from your stomach. Ang resulta na, you would have alkalosis. Okay? So tungod kay nagsigi ka og suka, nahurot ang imong acid, mao nang nagka-alkalosis ka. How about the opposite of vomiting, which is diarrhea? No, sorry. This is diarrhea. So kung magsigi ka og kalibanga, remember that bicarbonates reside at the intestines. Meaning, kung magsigi ka og kalibanga, then you would lose these bicarbonates. And if you lose these bicarbonates, what would happen to your acid-base balance? You would have acidosis. So class, these are just a few of the examples of some disease conditions or problems in the body that could lead to acid-base imbalance. How do we know nga na acid-base imbalance? That is where precisely arterial blood gas analysis comes in. Okay? So disease conditions like CO2 could lead to more carbonic acid, and more carbonic acid could lead to acidosis. Vomiting could lead to alkalosis, while diarrhea could lead to acidosis. Dili man na siya lisod ni mo timan-an kas. Because vomiting, when you vomit, you say alk, di ba? Alkalosis. So kakatagay na sad, alkalosis, di ba? But on diarrhea, syempre malibang ka in the ass. So this is acidosis. Okay? So as stands for acidosis. Okay. Class, this is ABG. So ABG. Unsa nang ABG? Arterial blood gas. This is the gas, arterial blood gas analysis, or the analysis of the gas at the arterial blood. So the blood sample for ABG analysis should be an arterial blood. And there are two sites upon which the arterial blood could be taken. One could be your radial artery, or another could be your ulnar artery. So this is the radial artery, and this is the ulnar artery. As between the two, the most common site is the radial artery. Remember, class, we are going to collect blood from the arteries, not from the veins. Meaning, lawom yun na siya. Ang pulso yun mo ay atong igon. Lawom yun kaayo ang atong gamiton. Such that after ta magtusok, magkuha og dugo, kinahanglan applyan yun na siya og very strong pressure to avoid, no? To avoid bleeding. Okay? Kay very lawom kaayo ang atuang gituslukan. So again, there are two sites upon which the blood could be taken. It could either be at the radial artery or at the ulnar artery. But as between the two, pinaka-common nga kuhaan og dugo ang imuhang radial artery. Now, if you intend to collect blood sample from the radial or the ulnar artery, the first consideration is dapat dili obstructed ang imuhang ugat. So if these are your radial and ulnar arteries, dapat dili ni siya occluded. Dapat dili ni siya obstructed. Ano man class? Because if your radial and ulnar artery is obstructed, barado, my question is, makaagi ba ang oxygen or ang dugo? Okay, tanawa ha? Kung barado ni diring radial ulnar, makaabot ba ang oxygen going to the fingers? Makaagi ba ang blood going to the fingers kung barado ni diri? The answer is no. So since there is obstruction, there would be poor oxygenation to the fingers. Okay? Ulnar artery, barado, dili kalusot ang dugo og oxygen padulong sa fingers. So if there is reduction of oxygen at the fingers, that would lead to what kind of metabolism? There will be anaerobic metabolism. Okay? If you remember class, no, sa atong natimanan sa metabolism, that is where CO2, that is where that's where glucose plus oxygen is being processed in order to form ATP or energy and heat. Okay? So that's why when you have higher metabolic rate, you will have more heat production and more glucose consumption, as in the case of hyperthyroidism. Diba? Mo nang nakay heat intolerance. But if the metabolism is low, then the consumption of glucose is also slow. That's why you will have weight gain in hypothyroidism. And at the same time, since wala man kay heat, kay hinay man imong metabolism, then you will have cold intolerance in hypothyroidism. Okay? Now, the issue is, kaning imong oxygen, since wala man na siya nakaagi, di ba? Kung barado ni, then oxygen dili makaagi padulong sa imong fingers. So in the absence of oxygen, will there still be metabolism? The answer is yes. Nganong naa may metabolism gihapon, sir? Naay metabolism, but this time you call the metabolism as anaerobic metabolism, or that metabolism which happens in the absence of oxygen. Okay ra ba na siya, sir? Well, okay ra man na siya, class, because it can produce 1, ATP. It can also produce 2, heat, but there is a waste product. It produces a third product, and the third product is lactic acid. So when the metabolism is aerobic, you only have ATP and heat. But when the metabolism is anaerobic, you will have ATP plus heat plus lactic acid. Now, this is where the problem comes in. Nga naman, okay? So, when there is obstruction, there is reduced oxygen, there will be anaerobic metabolism causing in the production of lactic acid. Okay? Causing in the production of lactic acid. Now, the problem comes in with lactic acid because lactic acid can irritate your nerve endings. It can irritate your nerve endings, causing extreme pain on the fingers. Okay? So, sakit kaayo na sa kamot kung naa kay obstruction. Okay? So, I think this formula here seems to be familiar to you. Okay? Because this pathophysio in the obstruction of blood supply is exactly the same pathophysio in explaining myocardial infarction. Di ba sa MI, ang imong coronary artery, barado, so dili kaagi ang oxygen, maunang nag-anaerobic metabolism, causing in the formation of lactic acid. And since lactic acid is an irritant to the nerves, that's why you will have angina. That's why you will have chest pain. So the same principle. But here, no, sa ABG, kung ang barado is the radial and the ulnar, ang musakit is ang fingers. Sa MI, kung ang barado is the coronary artery, ang musakit is ang chest radiating to the shoulders. Diba? Now, so there is obstruction causing in the reduction of oxygen such that there has to be an anaerobic kind of metabolism which produces a third product, which is lactic acid, that can irritate the nerves and eventually it can cause pain on the fingers. So there is already an obstruction. And what did I say earlier? I said, kung mag-ABG gani ka, unya magkuha ka og dugo sa radial ug sa ulnar artery, dapat dili barado ang radial ug ulnar artery. Nga naman, kay kung barado ang radial ug ang ulnar artery, kung naay obstruction, nya kuhaan pagyud nimo og dugo, unsa may resulta? Mosamot ang pain in the fingers. And this pain in the fingers, class, is what we call your pseudo-Raynaud's phenomenon. So this is pseudo-Raynaud's phenomenon. Nga naman, ang kanang Raynaud's phenomenon, this refers to spasms, pagpangahi sa imuhang mga ugat, mga small arteries, dinha sa imuhang kamot. So because of this spasm, blood is least likely to pass through them. Di makaagi. So, tungod kay di kaagi ang dugo padulong sa imong fingers because of the spasm, then there is lactic acid, irritation to the nerves, and there is pain. So that is Raynaud's phenomenon. Nagsakit imong fingers tungod sa spasm. Now, kung obstructed ang radial and ulnar artery, is it because naa kay spasm? Di ba wala man? So, because dili ni siya spasm, you don't call this as the Raynaud's phenomenon. But since the symptoms are the same with that of Raynaud's, mo nang gitawag nato siya og pseudo-Raynaud's phenomenon. Okay? Now, having said that dapat walay obstruction ang imuhang radial and ulnar arteries before ka magkuha og blood gas. So how do we test? What test can we use in order to determine kung obstructed or occluded ba ang imuhang radial and ulnar? We are going to use your Allen's test. Unsa ganinang Allen's test? Ang sa Allen's test, class, is you let your patient close his fist, serado atong fist, ma'am, and then imuha nimpugngan ang kamot. Okay? Imong kuptan ang iyahang kamot this way. Okay? So imong kuptan, so kung just so to illustrate, no? Okay? Kung mao ni siya ang kamot sa imong pasyente, okay? Imo nang pugnan dinha ang wrist. Imong pugnan ang wrist sa imuhang pasyente. Okay? Just to illustrate, let me call one model, no, for a while. So supposing this is your patient, you will have to tell your patient to close your fist. Close your fist. Close. Close your fist. Okay. You have to let your patient close his fist very strongly. Close it very strongly. And then you have to occlude the radial and the ulnar arteries. Okay? Then you let your patient open his open his hands. Open. You would see it turn white. So when you release the radial, you see it slightly turning red, right? So what does that mean? The radial artery is patent. Okay? Now let's test the ulnar artery. Close your fist. Okay? Obstruct, occlude your radial ulnar, open. That's white. Okay, let me release the ulnar. Did it turn red? Okay, yes, it turned red. What does it mean? The ulnar artery is patent. Okay, thank you. Say hi to my video. Okay, so you close the door. Close the door. Okay, so Bebe, you close the door, Bebe. So that's your Allen's test. No, you use your Allen's test to determine whether or not there is an obstruction. Okay, now let's go to the most challenging part. This is now your ABG reading. First step in the process, class, is to determine the normal values. And this you have to know, okay? This you have to memorize by heart. pH, for example. pH is 7.35 to 7.45. Okay? 7.35 to 7.45. If the pH is high, okay, taas ang value. Let's start with low. If the pH is low, then that means that is acidosis. Okay? But if the pH is high, that means there is alkalosis. Your pH is a value which determines, no, the acidity of the blood. If the pH value increases, the blood is alkaline. But if the pH value is low, then the blood is acidotic. Okay? Remember that. Basta mo taas, alkalosis. Muubos, acidosis. How about your PaCO2 or your partial CO2? Just carry down your 35, okay, and your 45. Just carry it down such that the normal value is 35 to 45. Now, remember class that we have learned nga sa PCO2, the more carbon dioxide you have, the more carbonic acid is formed such that the more acidotic the blood becomes. Meaning, og daghan kag CO2. So when the CO2 is high, daghan kag CO2, then you are acidotic. Acidosis. If low ang imuhang PaCO2, then you have alkalosis. Okay? Logical, no? Daghag CO2, acidosis. Gamay ang CO2, alkalosis. Okay? So, let's try. Now, let's try. What if taas imong pH? Acidosis or alkalosis? Taas ang pH. Okay? Ubos ang pH. Taas or daghan ang CO2. Ubos ang CO2. Okay? Very good. Now, how about your bicarbonate? Bicarbonate is 22 to 26. Sir, makalimot ko anang 22 to 26, sir. Oy, tiguang naman ka. So, dili ka makalimot, anak, kay 2 plus 2 plus 2 is equal to 6. Meaning, 22, okay? Meaning 22 to 26. Oh, di ba? So, 22 to 26. Dali ra. Now, syempre, when bicarbonate is high, you have alkalosis. But when bicarbonate is low, then you have acidosis. Okay? Because bicarbonate is naturally alkaline. So, kung daghan kag alkaline, di alkalosis. Gamay kag alkaline, di acidosis. Okay? So, I want you class to memorize this by heart. Okay? Memorize that by heart. So, again, let's do some exercise. Now, on your own, you must be able to respond appropriately. Okay? So, let's try. Taas ang pH. Ubos ang pH. Taas CO2. Taas ang pH. Taas ang bicarbonate. Ubos ang bicarbonate. Ubos ang pH. Ubos ang CO2. Taas ang CO2. Taas ang pH. Taas ang bicarbonate. Very good. Okay. So, those are your normal values. Okay? Now, let's put it into practice this time. Okay? Let's put it into practice. Asa naman to siya? Okay? So, here, we have pH, PCO2, HCO3, and the result. Okay? So, what if your pH is 7.46? Is this acidosis or alkalosis? 7.46. Acidosis or alkalosis? Okay? Nitaas ang pH. So, kung nitaas ang pH, alkalosis. Okay? Now, the first step, class, is to determine the pH because the pH is the family name. Meaning, it's the second number. It's the second word in your ABG reading. Di ba? Kadungog man mo anang respiratory acidosis, metabolic alkalosis. There are two words there. Okay? So, this one, ang surname nimo, ang apelido nimo is now alkalosis. Dili na siya malalis. Alkalosis. Because the pH, this one is your surname. Okay? So, ang apelido dere is alkalosis. What kay ba unsay naguna? Okay? But the second word is alkalosis. Again, ang apelido or the surname is always the status of the pH. Okay? If, for example, you will have 7.31. Unsa man na siya? 7.31. Is that acidosis or is that alkalosis? 7.31. Acidosis or alkalosis? So this is acidosis. Meaning, blank acidosis. Okay? Ano man? Because kung unsa ang pH, mausad na ang imong apelido. Okay? What if the value is, let's say, 7.36? So what would be your answer there? Kung 7.36. So this should be acid-base balance. Nga naman, 7.36 is well within 7.35 to 7.45. So you call it acid-base balance. Okay? Now, what if, how would you determine the first word in the result? Okay? If the problem class is PCO2, that is a respiratory problem. If the problem is HCO3, then that is a metabolic problem. Okay? Basta gani PCO2, it is a respiratory problem. Pero basta gani metabolic, HCO3 ang problema. Okay? So now, what do you do? Unsa ganito step 1? Step 1, determine the pH because that will become your surname. Okay? Next step. You determine which of the two parameters match the pH. Okay? Step 2 is to determine which of the two parameters match the pH. Meaning, imo sang tanawon. Example, ang normal, ang value diri sa PCO2 is PCO2 is 35 to 45, let's say 31. Okay? And HCO3 is say normal. So, unsa man yung 31? Acidosis, alkalosis. Remember, ang normal value sa PCO2 is 35 to 45. So, ni gamay ni dako. Ni gamay. So, this is PCO2. PCO2, 31. Let's say, this is 46. 46. So, ni gamay ni dako. Ni dako. No? So, this is a state of acidosis. Dili. Sakto na to ganina. Dili pwede mag-acidosis. This is 31. Acidosis, alkalosis, ni gamay. So this is a state of alkalosis. Yeah, this one is normal man. Normal. So this is normal. So meaning ang HCO3 is most likely, let's say, 24. 24 is normal. 31 is alkalosis. So which of the two parameters, which between PCO2 and HCO3 matches the pH? It is your PCO2. Since that is PCO2, then this is a case of respiratory alkalosis. Okay? How about 7.31? Okay? How about 7.31? 7.31 is acidosis. What if the PCO2 is, let's say, 46? Unsa man ni? Acidosis, alkalosis. That's acid. Ba? What if the bicarbonate is 29? Unsa man na siya? 29 is nisaka man ang bicarbonate. Nisaka, nidaghan ang bicarbonate. So that's alkalosis. Now, the question is, which of the two, PCO2 or HCO3, matches your pH? It's your respiratory. So this is a case of respiratory acidosis. Okay? Now, sir, pwede ba, sir, nga, let's say, okay, let's say, ang pH nimo is acid, then the PCO2 is acid, and the bicarbonate is also acid, dili na siya pwede class, no? Because PCO2 and your HCO3 should always be in the opposite direction. They are inversely proportional. So di na siya pwede mahitabo nga acid-acid. Acid-alka, pwede. Okay? Pwede sad kag alka, normal. Pwede na, no? Pwede sad ka mag normal, acid. Ang dili pwede class, pwede sad ka mag normal, Okay? Pwede ka mag-normal, normal. Pwede na siya. Ang dili pwede class is kung magpareha sila og direction. Let's say alka, alka. Dili na pwede. Kay again, your acid, your PCO2 and your HCO3 are always inversely proportional. So alka, acid na siya diha. Okay? So what if this is normal? So let's try normal. Let's omit the numbers na lang because you know how to read the numbers already. No, the numbers are there for you to read. Now, supposing nabasa na ninyo, this is normal, this is alka, this is acid. Okay? Here. If the pH, this is your pH If the pH is acidotic, this is CO2, this is HCO3. Okay? If the pH is acidotic, if the pH is acidotic, the CO2 is acidotic, and the bicarbonate is acidotic. Here. Okay? The question is, what should be your answer? First, determine the family name. This is surely acidosis, no? The family name. Which of the two, CO2 or bicarbonate, matches your acidosis? Diba sa CO2? So this is a case of respiratory acidosis. Okay? How about this? Normal man na siya. Now, acid-base balance. Kana siya, normal man gihapon, acid-base balance. Basta gani normal class, dili na kamo tan-aw sa kilid. Ang imong tan-awon kung normal siya, automatic ka mag-acid-base balance. Okay, kani. This is a case of alkalosis, nga normal, normal. Okay? Dili na siya pwede, dili na siya possible class kay naamang kay alkalosis. Meaning somebody must be alkalotic here. Kay di man na pwede nga normal ka o niya ang pH abnormal. So impossible to siya. Kani, this is a case of alkalosis, pH is CO2 is normal, bicarbonate is alkalosis. So what should be your answer? This is your metabolic alkalosis. Okay? Kani, acidosis ang pH. So this is acidosis, respi or metabolic. Which matches your pH? Bicarbonate. So metabolic acidosis. Okay? So that's just it. Now, let's add one more here. Insert to the right. Okay. Here. This is the second part. That is to determine whether it's uncompensated, partially compensated, or fully compensated. Okay? So how do we determine that? So to determine that class, if the pH is normal, that is automatically fully compensated. Okay? If the pH is normal, that is automatically fully compensated. If the pH is abnormal, it is either, okay? If the pH is abnormal, let me just delete this. Okay? If the pH is abnormal, it is either uncompensated or partially compensated. Okay? So kana if the pH is abnormal. Again, if the pH is normal, it is fully compensated. But if the pH is abnormal, it is either uncompensated or partially compensated. When do you say that it is uncompensated? If one is high or low, problematic, no? Nisaka ang usa ka parameter, either CO2 or HCO3. Nisaka ang usa, unya ang pikas, normal. Okay? That's uncompensated. Why? Kay kung musaka ang usa, dapat da ang usa munaog para mag-balance siya. Okay? You must do something. So example, ang imong lungs is nisaka ang value. Unsay dapat buhaton sa imuhang kidney, bicarbonate, dapat munaog. Okay? So kung nag-ana siya class, nag-opposite siya class, but the pH remains to be abnormal, naa siya compensation pero partial ra. Okay? So partial compensation is when one is normal. Okay? One is uncompensated siya if mag-opposite silang duha. Okay? partially, yeah. If nag-opposite sila doon, meaning both are abnormal. Okay? Sorry. Let me clarify that. Kung ang CO2, for example, ni Saka, the kidney must decrease. Okay? Kung musaka ang CO2, dapat munaog ang PCO2 para mabalansi. Okay? Pero pag anak nila class, wa man na normal ang pH. What does it mean? There was an attempt, pero wa siya manormal. Mao na nga partially compensated ra siya. Okay? Again, so if the CO2 is ninaog, the bicarbonate masaka. Kung na normal ang pH, fully compensated. Pero pag ana niya, wa man ni normal ang pH, unsa may pasabot, there is only partial compensation. Okay? So, kano sa man siya uncompensated? When one decreases or one rises, pero the other one remains normal. Kay ni saka ka, nya wa kay naglihok sa pikas, there is no compensation. Okay? So there is uncompensation or it's uncompensated when one is normal. Okay? To understand that, let's do this practice. Okay? Kani siya class. Normal. Alka. Normal. Unsa man ni siya dapat? So this should be, okay, let me color it. Kani. Normal, alka, normal. So, is this compensated or partially compensated or uncompensated? Remember na normal ang pH. Since the pH is normal, you say it is fully compensated. So, the complete reading is fully compensated acid-base balance. Okay? Kani. The second one, kani. Normal man gihapon. So, fully compensated acid-base balance. Okay? Kani, alka, normal, alka. Meaning, ang imong CO2, normal, ang imong bicarbonate, nagka-problema. Okay? Nisaka. So, nisaka ang bicarbonate, pero walay gibuhat si CO2. Ni-compensate siya? Wala. Wala. Kay the one remains normal, bisa na ay problema ang pikas. So, this is a case of uncompensated metabolic alkalosis. Uncompensated metabolic alkalosis. Normal ang usa na problema. Okay? Kani, alka and acid. Meaning, ang CO2 nimo is ni gamay, nag-alkalosis, pero ang bicarbonate nimo is ang CO2 nimo nagka-alkalosis, ang imong bicarbonate nagka-acidosis. So nag-opposite sila. Nagka-alka ang usa, nagka-acid ang usa, nag-opposite sila. Na normal wala. Wala kay acidosis man gihapon ni diri. So do you say this is fully compensated? Nag-opposite man sila? Opposite direction, ang alka ang usa, nag-acid ang usa. Wa man normal. So this should be a case of partially compensated. Okay? So again, to summarize, the steps in ABG reading. Number 1, you determine the surname. And the surname is always the pH. Okay? Step 2, as you look at the surname, you will find for a parameter that matches it. Kung ang pH is acidosis, mangita ka kung kinsay nag-acidosis. Okay? And to determine the compensation, if the pH has become normal, di man na siya lisod, automatic, fully compensated. But if the pH has been abnormal, tanawa kung nag-opposite ba sila. Kung nag-alka ang usa, nag-acid ang usa, yang anong abnormal manggihapon ka. So partial compensation ra ka. Okay? Pero nag-alka ang usa, ninaog, normal ang usa, naabay compensation? Wala. So it is an uncompensated condition. So that ends our discussion class on arterial blood gas analysis and technically the end of the respiratory system.